ताटवी गलज्जल प्रवाह पावितस्थले जलेव लम्बिताम्बुजंग तुंग मालिकाम् डमड्डमड्डमड्डमन्निनाद बड्डमर्वयम् चकार झंड तांडवत्तनोतु न शिव शिवम् ओम चकार झंड तांडवत्तनोतु न शिव शिवम् ओम चकार झंड तांडवत्तनोतु न शिव शिवम् ओम.
Hello everybody, Namaskar. Welcome to Positive Talks with Shraddha. Today it's a very special session because here we are going to talk about Indian classical dance, which is Kathak. And I have a very special guest, Pandit Anuj Mishra Ji from Lucknow, India. Let me tell something about Pandit Anuj Mishra Ji. He's coming from the 13th generation from the Banaras Gharana, and this is the legacy from his father, late Pandit Arjun Mishra Ji, who was the very renowned international Kathak dancer himself. So let's warm welcome Pandit Anuj Mishra Ji on Positive Talks with Shraddha.
Namaste, Shraddha ji. Thank you so much for welcoming me in this beautiful and very, very nice initiative by you, Positive Talks with Shraddha, where we talk about the different art forms, we discuss a lot of different ideas and about different culture, different things, so educating things which is very, very important for today's generation and also for today's world to know, so thank you so much. It's really a great honor and a great pleasure for artists like me to appear in this beautiful talk show. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. And, it's an opportunity that you are here. And I really want to ask so many questions about Indian classical dance and definitely about the Kathak and Gharanas and your journey. So, first of all, I would start with the Kathak dance form. So, please tell us that what is all about this Kathak dance and its history or anything like which is important for this dance form?
Kathak, as the name is Kathak. So Kathak comes from a Sanskrit word called Katha. And Katha means story. So the person who tells a story is known as Kathak. History of Kathak is very old. It's believed that Bhagwan Shiva, Lord Shiva, have created 9 classical dance forms from 108 yogic karnas. So there's a first, you can say it's a first art form or dance form which is called karnas. So 108 yogic karnas, all 9 classical dance form was born in India at
Amazing.
Earth. And then he taught this style to Tandu Muni, the sage Tandu. And then from his name also the Tandav comes, Tandav.
Oh, great.
Of Shiva. So Tandu Muni have taught his children, and then it went to Bharat Muni, and then Bharat Muni wrote Natya Shastra. We call it 5th Veda. So we have Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sam Veda, Atharva Veda. Even in Sam Veda, you have a lot of little bit introduction about the music, the ragas, and the dance and all. But Natya Shastra is known as Pancham Veda. In Natya Shastra, if you talk about dance from your hair to toe, you have all the movements already written there. More than 10,000 year old before, And as Kathak is a very old dance form, and it was the only dance from North India. So it was the classical dance which was done in North India. And it's really unfortunate because of the history. We lost our lots of very, very, books with knowledge, like Nalanda University went for 3 months. So we have all our history there, and most of the things was burned and it was buried in temples, when the temples were broken. But the history of Kathak is like it started in the, Satyuga and by Lord Shiva, then it went to temples. We say in Treta Yuga when Ramayana was there, so Kathak also got revived, So this name Kathak derived from Kushi Lava. So Lavakush, the sons
Oh,
of Lord Rama, was the
yes,
first Kathak performer who performed Kathak in the Ramayan Darbar, and they sing Sitayan, the story of their mom, Sita
yes,
Ma.
yes,
And
yes,
this, that's why I called Sitayan, not Ramayan. So that was
yes.
the story of Sita Ji and what they sung at Ramayan. And they sing it and they do little bit of expression while singing. So that was the Kathak, what they perform.
Wow.
And Valmiki Rishi was first guru who taught them this art.
Oh,
So what?
great. I have never ever heard about this very important fact.
Yes,
Amazing. Thank you so very
that's
much for telling us.
that's why it was done in Ayodhya and Varanasi, all these old cities, and this Kushi love parampara. Who the people who saw that while they were singing the Sitayan and the Ramayan, the story of Rama and Sita, they start to sing it, and it became a parampara. And in the different groups, they formed a different groups, and they used to perform in temples. They used to perform in different places, and they used to sing the old stories like Ramayana, like Daksha Yagya, and
Mm-hmm.
all this Kamadeva and Shiva. All these stories they started to sing and
Okay.
perform. And these people are known. I known to known first Kushilava, then they used to known as Kathakas. So this Kathak families then grow up more and more, and then they settle down in different parts of India,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and believe that after Ramayana, again Krishna Bhagwan, when
Mm-hmm.
Dwapar Yuga come, Krishna
Yes.
Bhagwan was the one God. Krishna and Kathak goes together. Krishna ji was one who revived it very much. Even in Kali Yuga, when Kathak came, it is believed that Pandit Birju Maharaj ji, who is my Dada Guru, Padma Vibhushan Pandit, late Pandit Birju Maharaj ji, his grandfather, the first Kathak dancer who again revived it Kathak in Kali Yuga, was Pandit Ishwari Prasad ji. So
I
Ishwari
see.
Prasad ji was in Handia, and Krishna Bhagwan ji came. Handia is very near to Varanasi and Prayagraj in that
I
area.
see.
So
Mm-hmm.
Handia is very near to Prayagraj, and Prayagraj is a very old city.
Yes.
So Krishna ji came to the dreams of Ishwari Prasad ji, and he said, "This is my dance form, and I want you to revive it." And he gave a blessing to his family
Mm-hmm.
that till generation of Maharaj ji, even after that maybe, is that I will be always coming on the stage when I'm performing, when you will be performing Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
Even I will come for a second, but I will come on the stage. That's why you can see Birju Maharaj ji when he performs Makhan Chori, and you can really look the Krishna on the stage. So
Yes.
it is a blessing. We are from the same family, from same Mishra family, and it is a blessing to our family that this thing came on our family and the Krishna blessings. So after Krishna, if in Krishna period, he danced on Kalia's fun, on the head of Kalia's
Yes.
snake. He danced Kathak only because that is a North
Oh,
Indian art form.
amazing.
He danced
Why it
Ras.
is not mentioned in the religious textbooks, it is really
Yeah,
missing part.
yeah, because in today's world, people say, okay, in the Bollywood, the Mujra thing is only Kathak. But Kathak is
Yeah,
not,
it's
you know.
really very weird, like Mujra and Kathak, how it is
Yeah.
correlated. It was a big question in my mind.
It is how it is presented. This is the thing. I think Bollywood, V Shantaram ji have presented dance very beautifully. Jhanak Jhanak Payal Baje, when Gopi Krishna ji had performed.
Mm-hmm.
Gopi Krishna ji is from Banaras, and this movie was amazing movie. I think today's world, like Sanjay Leela Bhansali, because now we are talking about Kali Yuga. So Sanjay Leela Bhansali ji is a very good director who
Okay.
presented Kathak in a very good manner. In even if you say Baji Rao Mastani, that the old Rajput women, they used to perform, they used to dance, and what this dancer have danced, Deepika Padukone,
Yes.
she need to learn more, but I think in very short span of time she did very good job. Of course, Madhuri Dixit was a very good dancer, but even Deepika Padukone in short time she tried very good, and Maharaj ji have choreographed beautifully. So Moher Andolal is a very very old Thumri
I
of
see.
Shraddha.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the history of Kathak. Now Kathak, if you say today's world, I have worked since 25 years. I'm working all over the world, and I have performed with flamenco. I have performed with Western classical ballet. I
Mm-hmm.
have performed with the contemporary dance. So I've
I
did
see.
different project with Kathak because Kathak is a very traditional form, more than 7,000 year old, 10,000 year old style, but still it's very experimental. So even if
Mm-hmm.
you stand like this, and
Yes.
this is the first position of
Wow.
thought so it's very near
Amazing.
to normal human being, and how you can experiment it I think it's the most experimental form in all nine classical dance form.
Yes, of
So
course, indeed. I can believe this. Yes.
so now in Kali Yuga also, Kathak again, all the dance have stories. Even if you talk about contemporary dance,
Mhm.
without story, it's not possible to make that. Even if there is an abstract story, there is going to be have some storyline. Otherwise, you
Yes,
cannot make a production or something.
of
So
course.
storytelling is a very, very important part of Kathak with
Yes.
lot of technical elements. Time by time, there are a lot of technical elements came and lot of
Mhm.
beauty also came. I think the Mughal culture came with lot of
Mhm.
entertainment thing, because dance was always spiritual for
Yes.
Indian.
Yes.
But
Yes.
the
Yes.
entertainment thing came there. So like Amir Khusro and the poets like that, they bring some beautiful poetry also, which have a very nice meaning.
Yeah, so I was just supposed to say that in our whatever textbook we talk about, there are two forms very popular, which is the prose and poetry. But we
Yeah,
never ever read about that there is another form of expression, which is the dance. Because
yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
there were so many poets which we have read in our early education, but
Yeah,
the dance were never taught to
absolutely.
us.
I think it was the most, and it is the most easier way to teach anything, because with the dance is the language which any child speak first. And even the humankind, when we don't have Hindi, English, French, or German, any language, we and that time, why our ancestor, when they were hungry and there was no language, they
Yeah,
used to talk like, I want to eat, I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
hand gestures and mudras, like this
Yes,
is kangul. So
yeah,
even if we say we want to eat, this is kangul, and we say we want to eat. Okay,
yes.
if I want to welcome somebody, and this is pataka.
Oh,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
are using all these mudras, this expression, and expressions to come. When we use this expression to come, this is our rasas,
Yes, yes, yes.
emotions. So it is in each and everybody's. And if you talk about the nuances of culture, then see, even in today's world, in this Kali Yuga, when I teach my students, who are 4 years, 5 years, there are 150 students learning in my academy, and they
Amazing.
they are studying in English. And but when they come to my class, they use Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat, or Om
Great.
Triambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivartanam Murvarukumev Bandhanarti
Wow.
Mrityunakshema. In singing, they learn all this. And
Yes.
they try to dance it. Otherwise, we don't remember all these mantras, but these kids, they remember it. Okay,
Yes.
so how they remember it? Or Shri Ramachandra Kripala Bhajuman Harana Bhava Bhaya Darunam. All
Mm-hmm.
these vandanas, prayers,
Yes.
bhajans, they do it, the small kids, and they say, oh, this is so beautiful. So this is a very nice way, and they remember it. Like my 4 year son, he used to remember, he used to recite all this. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I'm amazed. Wow, only just he's learning, and now he knows who is Rama, who is Sita, who is
Yeah.
Ravana. He
This is
knows all.
really very important to teach kids nowadays. In Germany, you see, like Indian community celebrates lots of events related to our culture, custom, and from the different part of India, they are having some unique rituals and festivals. So we all know about each other's custom culture while living in a foreign land. It's a very beautiful thing here in Germany, and I really want to engage people with my YouTube platforms, with so many legends and experts like you from the different field of Indian culture and rich history. So I have another question related to the Kathak, that when we talk about this particular Kathak form, like we always talk about the Gharanas, which we have not heard in any dance form. So I really want to know from you.
First of all, I wanted to tell you that it's really, again, a very good initiative. As you are talking now, you're doing so good to for the culture, for upcoming generations, that they know about this. It's very important. See why we don't have very good information about Kathak, lot of books about Kathak and all, because we all
Mhm.
lost it. We didn't had. It's just the Guru Shishya Parampara that Guru used to talk with the student, and our way of education was very practical. Like the Guru used to recite the mantras, and the student used to remember it. So that's why when the book was lost, somebody have wrote something again, and we have some of our history with us. Otherwise, it would be all lost, you know. But this kind of things, what you are doing, like having talk show, having all thing, everything recorded, and this will remain like this. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you
that.
so very much. And I really appreciate that you are taking time from your busy schedule. I know that how much you are busy, every time working in India, going abroad, teaching people online, offline, every time. So without your support, it won't be possible.
Thank you very much. It's really honor. And as we come about Gharana, so what is Gharana? See, every city have its own speciality. Like if you talk about Lucknow, so Lucknow is very famous for the chicken kari work, you know, the handwork in the cloth. So why it's famous? Because this family of these people, they are staying here from long, long, long time, and all the generation to generation doing the same work, and they are carrying this tradition alive. Similarly, if you talk about classical music and dance, you what happened that when the temple got destroyed or temple was not there, the dances were totally based on the temple. So they used to dance for gods and goddesses, and for the people, for the bhaktas who are coming there to for the darshan, the devotees, they used to dance for them. So
Mhm.
dance was very spiritual. But when temple got destroyed and dancers came from temple to court,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
kingdom was there, the nawabs were there, the kings was there. So the
Hmm.
Rajasthan people, the Rajasthan musicians and dancers, they went to the Hindu kings' palaces,
I
and
see.
the in North India and the Lucknow and all Awadh culture, Awadh people
Hmm.
that area, the dancers went to the courts of nawabs
Of
and
course.
sultans.
Naturally,
Okay,
yeah.
and uh, b- of course there was not every nawab was very fond of music and dance, because
Hmm.
also it was not very like in Islam it was not for them, the dance and music was not like very something to celebrate too much. Okay,
Hmm.
but
Hmm.
some of them were very very good, like if you talk about Akbar, he have the nine ratan in his fort, you know, and nine jewels, and Tansen was one of them. Similarly, there was a one dancer like that, you know, and all the kings like that, like Nawab Wajid Ali Shah, he was
Right.
the patronage of Kathak. So
Right.
because they had the money and then they took care of dancers and musicians, because Indian art was always very good. And what happened that they came with their art from Persia, from Iran, from different places, you know.
Hmm.
So what happened that their style of singing and dance get collaborated with our Indian dance style.
Hmm.
So the Drupad became Khayal, like
Okay.
Drupad style of singing became Khayal.
Okay.
Drupad was there, but they tried to build some new style of singing. Similarly, the Pakhavaj become Tabla. Similarly, Kathak style, which was very spiritual, they didn't forgot the part of Krishna and Radha because they loved it, the love story of Krishna and Radha. So it was always there. But the Vandanas become Ghazal and Nazm and Sher and Shairi, all these kind of things. So they didn't said that okay, you don't do that Vandana or something like that, but they have
Hmm.
created something new style of dancing.
Hmm.
It was
Hmm.
full of nazakat nafasat. So
Hmm.
this nazakat nafasat and the beauty, because Nawabs like that, it
Hmm.
became the Lucknow Gharana, the style of
Yes.
Lucknow Gharana. Gharana
Okay.
is what? School of dance. That's a particular style.
Oh.
घराना comes from a घर. घर
Mm-hmm.
से घराना बनता है.
Mm-hmm.
From घर became घराना. घर means house. Okay. So they used to give a house to the dancers and the musicians to live there, because the Nawabs were the patronage. Similarly, the Rajasthan Hindu kings, they used to give them the Rajasthani artists. They used to give them patronage. They used to give them homes and their particular area called the ghar of musicians and dancers, and that become gharana, the school of that particular area. So like
Amazing.
Jaipur was the main city, it became Jaipur Gharana.
Yes.
Lucknow was the main city, so Lucknow becomes Lucknow Gharana.
Hmm.
Similarly, Banaras become Banaras Gharana. So in Kathak, we have these three main gharanas. Okay. After that, I think 400 years before, Raja Chakradhar Singh from Raigad, there's a place
Mm-hmm.
called Raigad in Chhattisgarh, and
Mm-hmm.
there was a very nice king named Raja Chakradhar Singh.
Right.
So Raja Chakradhar Singh was very fond of dance and music. And he
Hmm.
used to call all the vidwans and the very, very knowledgeable persons from all different gharanas to Raigad,
Hmm.
that area, and that in his palace. And in his palace, all the dancers and musicians from Lucknow Gharana, from Jaipur
Hmm.
Gharana, from Banaras Gharana, they used to come. And then he
Okay.
used to buy all the bandishes from them. So he used to pay them the gold
Okay.
coins and everything. And he
Okay.
used to buy the bandishes from them. And also he used to say, okay, make something new. Mix all the gharanas and make something new. From
Okay.
that, the fourth gharana formed. And that gharana was Raigad Gharana. So now
I
in Kathak,
see.
we have four gharanas, which is
Okay.
Lucknow. And
Okay.
Lucknow is a very old gharana because it is related to Ayodhya. And Lucknow is actually it's a Lakshmanpuri, Lakhanpuri. It's a
Yes.
city of Lakshmanji. So Ayodhya was city of Ramji, and Lakshmanji formed this beautiful city, Lucknow. From
Hmm.
Lakhan, Lucknow.
Yeah,
Okay,
many of the people living in Lucknow doesn't know about this fact.
don't know about that. And
Thank you so
Lucknow,
much.
that's why Kathak have such a history in Lucknow. That's
Yes.
why we have Kathak, because Kathak comes from Kushilava, and Kushilava comes from Ayodhya, and
Yes.
Ayodhya and Lakshmanpuri is very nearby. It's just two
That's
hours.
why the Ramayana and Ayodhya is all connected together
Absolutely, and that's why Kathak is the oldest style. Lucknow Gharana is the oldest style of
of
dance
dance.
in Kathak.
Mm-hmm.
Then comes Jaipur, then comes Banaras, and
Mm.
after Banaras, it comes the Raigad Gharana is most newly formed Gharana. So Pandit
Okay.
Shambhu Maharaj, Pandit Lachu Maharaj Ji, Pandit Birju Maharaj Ji, and Pandit Achan Maharaj Ji, father of Birju Maharaj Ji, all said that. Pandit Shambhu Maharaj Ji said that also, that Lucknow Gharana is the oldest one. And
It's
then
really amazing fact. So let's watch some video from your performance. Wow, amazing. So it was a very unique kind of dance expressions and all. And I haven't seen this in any other dance form. Please tell something about this particular moves and all.
G. So I think that I've presented. If you saw that I have done Sher ki Chhalang, I have done
Mhm.
Ghode ki Chal, and
Yes.
Gai Sher Hiran ki Tihai. So this is like the horse, how a horse move, or
Mhm.
how a lion jumps, or
Yeah.
how in a seven numbers only how we can show a expression of a cow, or an
Yeah.
expression of a deer, an expression of a lion. So all
Yeah.
is in a small seven numbers we see that. So
Mhm.
this all are related to nature, and
Mhm.
like more than 1,000 year old. These are very old compositions from
Wow.
Lucknow Gharana,
Uh-huh.
and still is carrying forward like from 1,000 years, still going on. And
Mhm.
you can believe it that how people used to make all these things. So the youngsters, the young people, the kids, and the normal
Mhm.
human beings who
Yeah.
don't know about anything about Kathak, they
Yeah.
could even understand what is that. And it was very, because if we all the our ancestors, they took things from nature. They used to
Yes.
watch how a lion is moving, how a cow is reacting, how a deer is jumping. What is the
Mhm.
expression of that? So they used to teach. You used to learn everything from nature, and
Yeah.
then they used to teach in a way of dancing and music, so all the youngsters can understand it very easily. So
Wow,
this
amazing.
what we can learn from them. And even today's, it's very, very unfortunate that in our schools now, in the government they said, okay, they are going to do it compulsory for the children to learn all this art form. They will have this. It's not compulsory, but it is now in the all universities
The
and
part
colleges.
of study structure. Yeah.
Curriculum. But the thing is that it was not before. It is very unfortunate. I think they should make it compulsory because it's
Yes.
very important for our youngsters to understand
Hmm.
what great heritage they have, because when I go to abroad and I meet with German people, or I meet with French people, or I meet from states, I meet people, or from
Hmm.
Canada, they say, oh
Hmm.
my God, you have such a treasure. You have such a treasure, and you are so proud of that. You have such a great rich cultural heritage, but not
Yes.
our people, they don't understand that. It's little bit unfortunate because they want to learn more kind of a Bollywood stuff, but they don't understand that how deep
Yeah.
knowledge our ancestors have given to us. I'm very thankful to my father because see, their thinking was very different, and I think what they have done, even he's not here since 7 years, but people remember him. So that is the most important thing. Like Maharaj Ji and my father, they had a big impact on the society, and the people really admire them. But today world is changed, and people have to be very very quick. And because I'm very thankful to my father that he taught me in a good school, and I have this knowledge of technology also which I can use. And
Mhm.
I don't know by many other people, but I think today's younger generation, they are doing very good. And I believe that what I learned in my education is just not to be think about yourself, that you are
Mhm.
a good artist and
Mhm.
you achieve something in your life, but it's also for the society, that what you can give back to the society, what you
Yes.
can give back to the country is very very important. So
Mhm.
I think is to learn is another thing. Why I'm sitting in Lucknow, and since I had many opportunities to be settled down in Canada or US or in different form, but I didn't,
Yes.
because I belong from a traditional family.
Yes.
It's okay, it's a boon, but also it's my responsibility to spread this thing what I got in gift from my family, and spread to the youngsters. And
Yes.
they are the going to be the future of our country, and they are
Mhm.
the ones who will carry forward this culture heritage. So it's very important that there should be not one Anuj Mishra, but thousands Anuj Mishra who can spread this and who can save this art form, which I believe is
Amazing.
a
I
treasure of
really
our.
respect your spirit. It's really, and I think it is working well on a new generation. I have seen your students how they are performing. I haven't seen the Bollywood dancer performing like your small students. So it is just because that you have made it so approachable for them. Maybe you have simplified because as since you said that you are the dance practitioner, definitely you are the researcher also, so you keep on adding and just thinking about, okay, let's make some different things so that they can start with, you know because whatever you have learned, it's a very vast level, one cannot touch in just 5 years or can start performing on this stage.
Absolutely. So it takes time. My father was one of the guru who used to teach students very quick, very fast, and I got this from him. But I
Mhm.
think at least a student needs 5 years or 6 years to be a good Kathak dancer, to understand a dance form, to perform it very well. To
Okay.
become a master, it takes a lifetime. To become a master in this art, it takes a lifetime. Like Ustad Bismillah Khan Sahab, Bharat Ratna,
Yes.
when a reporter asked him at age of 99, where
Mhm.
you find yourself in music, and
Mhm.
he said that, okay, beta, now I understand the S of Sangeet or the M of music. So
Okay.
we stand nowhere at all. We are just
Yes.
the server of Kathak, and we are trying, or you say Indian classical dance music. I just try that even if I become you can say in Hindi we say dhool of charan.
So I would love to ask about your journey in Kathak dance, and how was your relation with your father as a guru, as a teacher, and as a father. So it would be a very interesting session. I would take it in the next episode, and I hope that you will give your time, and we'll have a nice discussion like this session. Thank you so very much for coming in Positive Positive Talks with Shraddha, and I really feeling so delight to having you here in this platform. I hope our listeners also would love this session, and they also want to watch the other sessions with you. Pandit Anuj Mishra Ji, thanks a lot for coming
Thank you
here.
very much. Thank you very much. It's really an honor. Again, thanks for the beautiful initiative, Shraddha ji. And I really enjoyed talking with you. And it will be great honor for me in future also to share all the good
Thank you so
talks
very
about.
much. And for
No,
listeners, please do like, subscribe, and share this channel to spread the all form of Indian classical dance and Ayurveda and all whatever I'm covering in this channel. So till then, we will come back with the next session. Take care and bye bye. Namaskar.
namaskar.